Peter Jackson is best known for bringing the Lord of the Rings franchise to the big screen, as well as continuing his success with the likes of King Kong and The Lovely Bones. But before that, he did a couple of splatter horror goofy comedies. I've seen his debut, Bad Taste, before, and he also has Brain Dead, which has its own huge cult following. He also did a puppet feature of all things titled Meet the Feebles. How does this compare to the rest of Peter Jackson's filmography? Well, let's pop it in and find out.
Meet the Feebles is a bit of a Muppet parody, taking the idea of puppet characters, who are the cast of a television show, but with adult humor mixed in. I'm a fan of Jim Henson's Muppets, so I was intrigued by this premise, and I think it mostly pays off. We're introduced to the cast of Feebles singing their opening song, but after rehearsal we get mixed into their backstage antics. This includes the lead, Heidi the Hippo, having the constant urge to eat despite the producer's warnings, Bletch, a walrus who has side dealings with the mafia, F.W. Fly, a paparazzi journalist, Wynyard the Frog, who's a Vietnam veteran, Robert the Hedgehog, the innocent of the group, who's just joined in, and Trevor the Rat, by far the most dastardly and evil of all of them. Basically, we see the trials and tribulations of these characters before their show airs, which includes a lot of out-there jokes and disgusting moments, all meant to satirize show business, while also poking fun at the popular Muppets, to mess with the audience expectations. Having been a fan of Bad Taste, I believed this would be in the same vein. It definitely has that same quirky, outrageous appeal, but Feebles was going to be a technically more challenging production. With the low budget and haphazard crew, I wasn't hoping for state-of-the-art puppeteering skills, but surprisingly, the puppets have unique and memorable designs, despite their grotesque nature. For a movie with no real human actors, I was surprised by how sold I was on the environment being presented. Of course, there's times where I could flat out laugh because I would imagine the filmmakers attempting to shoot these costumes while out in real-world locations, such as the hippo running at the docks, or when the bulldog and Bletch go golfing. It's just so funny to watch. If this kind of obscure aesthetic makes you laugh, then this is for you. While Robert is introduced as the newest member, we don't really take the story just from his perspective. There's a wide array of different stories, incidents, flashbacks that all manage to pull off a laugh. It's offensive at times, and it never holds back. This really is the definition of anything that can happen, will happen. I thoroughly was laughing throughout, even if there's a lot of immaturity involved. But the idea of watching something we relate to on a childlike level, but throwing in despicable and off-color humor, it just satisfies my funny bone. It's a project that could have failed if the joke would have been one note, but since there's enough creativity invoked and the passion with the low-budget designs, you can't help but feel charmed by the whole thing, while experiencing these jaw-dropping segments. It has a bit of an unrelated cousin, released in 2018, titled The Happy Time Murders, which is also a Muppet-like parody involving humans and puppets living in the world together, with great prejudice shown towards the puppets. It's a buddy cop murder mystery with off-color adult content, but it was a massive disappointment in the eyes of filmgoers. I think that's where Meet the Feebles succeeds, is that it's having a lot more fun with the original basis and doesn't try to say anything else. It has inappropriate humor, but it's not just sex jokes and puppet gore. It also spoofs war movies, musicals, film noir, and has some wild drug trips. It's offensive in every way imaginable, while never taking itself too seriously, because it knows what it's mocking and how to do it well. With Meet the Feebles, Peter Jackson just knocks it out of the park again for low-budget, obscure filmmaking. I don't recommend it to everyone, but if you're looking for the lost relative of Team America World Police, this is for you. Thanks to NolanCho for this Patreon request, and thanks to all my Patreon supporters. For only $7, you can get your own monthly movie review. Ask me to review anything I haven't already. There's also other perks like blogs, exclusive videos, and early access. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And thanks so much for watching this video.